Hello, my name is Luna, and this is the Morbid Flex. Today we're discussing Dolly Parton, an 80-year-old who died of cancer in Nashville, and the conspiracy circus that started before the family even finished the sentence. Not the Wikipedia recap, the public record, then the internet's rewrite, fake quotes, Epstein, vaccines, a private funeral treated like a locked vault, thesis labeled opinion. When a beloved 80-year-old dies of cancer and the family keeps the funeral private and the cancer type private, the internet writes a more exciting death. We walk the public record, then we walk the circus. We are not going to conclude she was killed. We are not going to claim she was in Epstein's world. We are not going to fabricate a quote and put it in her mouth. A cancer death is not a cover story you get to overwrite. Her name is Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, 80 years old. Born in a cabin in the Smoky Mountains, one of 12 children, the voice that wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You and Coat of Many Colors, the woman who mailed free books to other people's kids because her daddy could not read. Tuesday, August 25, 2026, Nashville, Vanderbilt-Ingram Cancer Center. Her publicist, Marcel Pariseau, in a statement to the Associated Press. After bravely facing a brief battle with cancer, Dolly departed her earthly life today at the Vanderbilt-Ingram Cancer Center, surrounded by loved ones. That is the cause of death on the public record. Cancer, brief battle, type not disclosed, surrounded by loved ones. Not a locked basement, not a private jet. A cancer center in the city she has lived in since she was a teenager with a suitcase of songs. The announcement did not come from a leak. It came from her nephew, Bryan Seaver, son of her sister Cassie, head of her security for more than 2 decades, a job his father Larry held before him. Dolly asked him years ago to make the video when the time came. He did it on her own social accounts. He called her Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, sister, sis, Aunt Granny, Jiggy. He said sadness lies with us, not with Dolly. He said she lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by Carl, her parents, and the people who had been waiting. Carl is Carl Dean, asphalt contractor, husband of nearly 60 years, died March 2025, age 82. She had already told fans she let her own health go while she watched over him. That is not a coded confession. That is a widow talking. The health timeline was public if you were listening. September 2025, kidney stone infection, she said don't worry, I'm gonna be okay. October, she postponed a Las Vegas residency at Caesar's Palace. May 4, 2026, she canceled it. Instagram reel. She said the meds made her swimmy-headed, as her grandma used to say. Immune system and digestive system out of whack for a couple 3 years. Recurring kidney stones. Doctors told her everything she had was treatable. She joked she could not be dizzy carrying banjos on 5-inch heels. She did not say the word cancer. The family did not say the word cancer until she was gone. August 2026, she missed the opening of a new ride at Dollywood. Pre-recorded video, dizziness, dehydration. Nashville doctor said do not travel. August 21st, hospitalized at Vanderbilt. August 25th, she dies there, 4 days in a cancer center. That is the brief battle her publicist named. At her request, the funeral is small and private. Immediate family. Seaver told T.M.Z. She will be laid to rest at Woodlawn Memorial Park in Nashville, beside Carl, the way she intended. Years earlier, she told Entertainment Weekly she wanted the old gospel song, If We Never Meet Again. Her daddy's favorite, not Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, even though she wrote that one. She asked to rest in a bed of plush cotton after a life in heavy rhinestones. In lieu of flowers, Imagination Library. The program she started in 1995 because her father quit school to farm and never learned to read. Hundreds of millions of books. 1 a month, birth to 5. The family is not hiding a body. They are doing what she asked. A private goodbye and books for kids who are not related to her. That is the public record. Associated Press. USA Today, CNN, Reuters, Family Video, Publicist Statement. Cancer, 80, Nashville, private funeral, full stop. Now the part we came for. The body was not even cold when a website called The People's Voice published a headline that would have been a career ender if it were true. The People's Voice is not a newspaper. It is a fake news mill. Fact-checkers have been calling it that for years. Former names: Your Newswire, News Punch. Pointer once said it had more false claims tagged by international fact-checkers than any other site. Wikipedia calls it a far-right fake news website that publishes hoaxes. Media bias fact check, zero credibility. The headline claimed Dolly had called for Jeffrey Epstein's VIP clients to be executed for treason and that she was about to expose a trafficking network. Copy sites mirrored it. That is the kind of sentence that travels because it is exciting. It is also the kind of sentence that needs a source. We looked, there is no AP interview, no USA Today interview, no clip from her verified accounts, no statement from Marcel Pariseau, no quote in Bryan Seaver's announcement. Jeffrey Epstein is a real convicted sex trafficker who died in 2019. Using his name is not the same as attaching Dolly Parton to his case. If the only place a quote lives is a fake news site that also runs Illuminati confession stories, you do not have a quote. You have a product. This show is not going to invent an island trip, a client list, or a hit. Those plots are not in the public record, and we are not going to write them for you. The other circus is medical, and it is uglier because it uses a real thing. It is true that Dolly Parton helped fund coronavirus vaccine research. Snopes rated that true in 2020. She gave $1 million to Vanderbilt in honor of a surgeon friend, and some of that money supported Moderna's work. She took the shot on camera. She even sang vaccine to the tune of Jolene. That is public. That is her. That is not a conspiracy. What happened on X after she died is the conspiracy. A radio host asked if she was yet another COVID vaccine victim, then floated turbo cancer. Other accounts posted, COVID vaccine killed Dolly Parton. A brief battle, they said, some might call turbo. PennLive documented the pylon. Fans called it sick. Medical reporting pointed at the Mayo Clinic. No evidence COVID vaccines cause cancer or a more aggressive form of it. She was 80. People died of cancer at 80 long before 2020. The family named cancer. They did not name a vaccine. If your theory requires overriding a cancer center death with a shot she took years earlier on television, you are not investigating. You are recruiting a corpse. And this is not even Dolly's first rumor cycle. Snopes, the day she died, published a collection, 20 rumors they had already examined about her. Fake death reports in 2023, fake animal sanctuary, fake legal guardianship of a baby, fake quotes about presidents, fake CBD gummies, a fake claim she pulled her music off Amazon. The day after she died, Snopes had to fact-check a phony AI recording of her final wish, a voice that said she was in intensive care, saying goodbye, asking to be buried next to Carl. The pictures in the video were real. The voice was not. The audio had been circulating since December 2025, months before she was in any ICU. Snopes found no evidence she ever said those words. An AI tool did. So the pattern is not new. Dolly has been a rumor machine for a decade because she is beloved and because she kept some things private. Her marriage, her politics, now her cancer type, now her funeral. Privacy is not a confession. It is a boundary. The internet hates a boundary. It fills it with a more exciting death. I am not going to tell you Dolly Parton was murdered. I am not going to tell you she was about to name names. I do not have a right to, and neither does the site that wrote the headline. An 80-year-old died of cancer in a Nashville hospital, surrounded by the people who actually knew her. The family asked for a private funeral and donations to a library that mails books to children. That is the record. Fake quotes are not reporting. Vaccine fanfiction is not oncology. Epstein clickbait is not a primary source. A cancer death is not a cover story you get to overwrite. If you want this show to keep walking the public record instead of the circus, you know what to do. Like, subscribe. And the next time a fake news site puts a dead woman's name next to a crime she never spoke about, close the app. This is the Morbid Flex.